This house that I bought, that 20-acre property, has a newer, that house is newer than my cars, guys. It's newer than my shoes. Look at my shoes, man. Look at that. Look at that, man. Look at that. I don't have the latest Jordans, man. I don't have the fancy stuff like you guys have. I sacrificed because that was my dream, to get that property, that dream property. And I put everything into it, worked hard, and just lived like a bum, man. CBR 1000 double R. Man, I missed that bike, guys. I kept these as mementos, man. Even though I tell you guys, super bikes are not great for the street, they're meant for the track. But I tell you, this bike held a special place in my heart. It really did, man. I'm so sick that I got rid of this bike. Man, awesome bike. And they don't make the CBRs like that anymore, man. That bike was better for the street back then than these new CBRs. This was never intended to be a main motorcycle. This is supposed to be my dessert bike to take out occasionally, bust some wheelies and have a good time. But I'm supposed to have another bike that has a lot less maintenance. And as you guys know, I got rid of my MT-09 a while ago. And I said I was going to replace it with a new motorcycle. Well, I pretty much know the motorcycle that I want, and I've been looking to buy it, but I got problems. I'm going to tell you about that, guys. And also, you're probably thinking, CycleCruza, what are you doing here in Ohio still in this garage? You should be down south with that new 20-acre property you just bought that has sick ATV trails, a cool house, and twisty roads right down the street. Well, my plans got changed up a bit, guys. I want to tell you about it. I got some setbacks, some issues going on here, and I'm going to tell you all the updates. Stay tuned.
Let's go for a ride. Watching CycleCruza's all-in-one motorcycle channel. Subscribe today.
If you get a motorcycle, you need to wear the gear to stay safe out there. And if you want to get my gear that's awesome, like this airbag vest to help keep you safe, I never leave home without it. If you want to get this, my ultra lightweight carbon fiber helmet comes with an auto tint shield, my motovlog camera. All of my gear, I include links in the description and comment section of my video. I'm telling you that I am adding a second motorcycle, but I'm having a problem right now, because motorcycles are hard to come by now. I know some of you guys are experiencing that too. For those of you guys that are looking for a bike, it's a problem everywhere in the world now because of the situation we're in where a lot of people are home. A lot of people want to ride a motorcycle now, So everybody and their mamas and brothers and everybody, I mean, literally, I've seen grandparents on motorcycles out there, man. Everybody's riding now. So motorcycles are in high demand, and the bikes that I want to get, even new, you can't get. You got to almost pre-order bikes to get one, man, and be on a waiting list. Used bikes, the ones that I thought about just going ahead and getting the MT-07, which you guys probably think is crazy, coming from an MT-09, but I always wanted to try that bike and see how, because I told you, for the streets, you don't need a lot of power. It's more about, having some bottom end grunt, and that it's got the grunt in tune for the streets, like the MT-09, but not as powerful. But the sound of that twin engine is awesome, man. I've always admired the MT-07, even though it's kind of like a budget, and some people may say it's more like a beginner's bike. Which I wouldn't recommend for beginner, because that's got, really, in my opinion, it's got a bit too much power for a beginner. But even those bikes are hard to come by, guys. I figured I'd just pick one up, maybe keep it for a few months or something. Man, they want like $7,000-8,000 for used ones. I'm like, are these people crazy? I ain't paying that much money for no MT-07. I only paid $9,000 for that 2020 MT-09 I got brand new. I ain't paying no damn $8,000 for no MT-07. They're crazy, man. And you can't even find them anywhere, hardly. So I don't know. It's tough out there, guys. It's really tough on me finding a bike. And, I really don't want to spend I don't want to spend $20,000 on a bike. Like I told you guys, it's really a sin to pay any more than $10,000 for a motorcycle, man. Like, there's so many sick bikes used, even new, like the MT-09 I got for $9,000, man. Pay 20 is too much, man. And you know, I'm hemorrhaging money right now buying that new property. I just dropped a fortune. I paid for it in full, cash, fully paid for. But when you drop that much cash and then you got to drop a bunch more cash on furnishing it and a bunch of little doodads and plates and cups and a broom and a mop and a vacuum, and you fill the house up with all that stuff, because I'm not, by the way, I meant to tell you guys, I've changed my mind. I am not selling my Ohio house. I've changed my mind because I want to try the snowbird life. I want to try to, you know, when the weather gets bad here, go ahead down there. But I'm going down there now, by the way. I'm going to experience it. But I'm just saying, in the future, I would like to spend the nice, comfortable months down there. And then when it gets nice up here, come up here. I'll just go back and forth between both properties. I always wanted to do that, man. I never thought that was even feasible. You know, I'm not rich, guys. You know, the money I spent on that house, that's something that I saved for many years and invested, guys. That's hard working and sacrificing, you know, not having the latest Jordans or not buying fancy cars. This house that I bought, that 20-acre property, has that house is newer than my cars, guys. It's newer than my shoes. Look at my shoes, man. Look at that. Look at that, man. Look at that. I don't have the latest Jordans, man. I don't have the fancy stuff like you guys have. I sacrificed because that was my dream, to get that property, that dream property. And I put everything into it, worked hard and just lived like a bum, man, until I can come up with that. So that did not come to me easy. You know, a lot of you guys, you know, think I'm not rich, man. Seriously, I'm not rich. I just save for what I want, which is foreign to a lot of you guys and sounds weird because we live in this culture, buy now, pay later. And, you know, for those of you guys that say, CycleCruza, you should have got a low interest mortgage, put that money into the stock market and gain 15%, you do a lot better. But I'm going to tell you guys that if any problems come with the income for me or anything, all I have to do is pay property taxes. I could go work at McDonald's and live comfortably just paying property taxes and living. As where you guys, you lose your income, you're going to be struggling trying to pay that mortgage payment. You know, and when you own your own property, you don't even have to get insurance on it if you don't want to. Try not paying insurance for the house you have a mortgage on. They will call your bank, and the banks will make that loan due immediately, and they will take your house, man. They don't play. You got to pay that insurance on their asset. That's their asset, not yours. That's not your asset until you make that final mortgage payment. I'm telling you, this house is paid for, and that's another reason why I want to keep it, is because all I'm paying is property taxes on here. So property taxes on this house and the house down south, you add that up, it's still cheaper than paying for like a one-bedroom apartment somewhere. That's how awesome it is when you have a house that's paid for, you know. And I'll tell you guys, there's a new movement right now with a lot of people out there that they're going into like the tiny home movement. They're finding creative ways to build their house for cheap, buy land and build their house for cheap, and be mortgage free. You know, you don't have to pay retail for a property out there. You can buy a foreclosure at a cash-only auction like I showed you guys. That was in a really nice town with good schools there. And $50,000 at that cash-only auction. And the investor that bought that property only put about $20,000-$30,000 into it, and he flipped it for like $220,000, guys. So, I mean, that could have been you. You know, but a lot of you guys don't think that way. You don't see that way. All you see is, you know, you got to get a mortgage on these really expensive houses you see, these tract homes. You don't have to go that route. If you can pay a mortgage payment, you could pay yourself. And also, I could take the money that would normally go to a mortgage payment, I could take that and pay myself and put it into the stock market. So there you go. and make that money back. In my opinion, I value ownership and being 100% debt free because it's so much easier. It's less stress. You know, it's nice waking up, know you don't owe anybody except for just taxes, of course. Everybody's got to pay taxes. But it's a whole lot cheaper living just paying property taxes and taxes than it is having to pay them big whopper mortgage payments and you don't even own it. But anyway, sorry, going off onto my little debt-free rant there and just trying to, I'm not doing this to act, you know, be arrogant about it or anything. It's to help motivate you guys, you know. Like I said, look how I'm living. Look at this. Look at this. I'm not one to be bragging out here, man. Rocket. Look at it. Look. I'm not bragging, dude. But you know what? I'd rather live free than be walking around here looking all fancy and everything and got a crap load of debt with credit cards and a mortgage payment and all that crap. And working like a slave to try to keep up with that lifestyle, and then you lose your job and then it all comes down like a house of cards. Forget that. I've been there and done that before, guys. You know, I've been in debt before. I told you guys, and way back in the day, I've been down that road, got myself out of debt, and I said I'm never going back again. But anyways, you know, another reason why to keep the property here in Ohio is that I can keep my Ohio plates on here. So because where I'm going, I believe this is on the blacklist. You can't get plates in the state for this bike. I believe. I don't know 100%. I need to check into it, but our insurance on motorcycles and cars here are so much cheaper than where I'm going. But anyways, guys, leave a comment below. Tell me the motorcycle that I need to get, because I need to get one right now. Don't forget to subscribe to my All-in-One Motorcycle channel. Make sure to check out my other channel, Bug Out Moto. Deuces.
Thumbs up. Check out my playlist for new riders and popular videos. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and check out my other channel, Bug Out Moto, where I customize a van for my motorcycle so I can live in my van with my motorcycle and travel across the country anywhere. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Bug Out Moto.